Alright, welcome back for the lore. So if you don't want to listen to me reading it off, you can just mute the video. Anyway, here's a map about Gamecraft. This was the first Gamecraft, Chapter 0, then Gamecraft Labyrinth, and Forgotten. Map about it. Tomb of the Forgotten Labyrinth. She possessed me. I kept waiting until she got unleashed. My old new wizard tower, where I started the game, and side gate, and Spirit Forge. Let's go. I was in the possession of the Forgotten for months, carrying her within myself. We wandered through the wilderness towards the Spirit Forge, the last stand of wizardry, the place she seems to want to get so desperately. I still can't believe my trap worked, but it did. It split us apart and knocked me unconscious. Whether she didn't find me afterwards or didn't want to waste time on killing me, I don't know, but she's gone now. I am probably the first wizard ever to survive her possession. This happened at least 3 days ago. Fortunately, the trap, or as I call it, the side gate, dropped me near my old wizard tower, just as I had planned. After decades spending hiding and watching, I am home again. She stays ahead of me too. There's no time to waste. I must hurry and assist the Emperor. We have to set up a trap with the camp before she gets to the Spirit Forge. A long abandoned tower of fellow wizard. After the summoning of the Forgotten and demonic outbreak that followed, most of the wizards went back to the Spirit's Forge. In a hurry, they only had time to add locks to guard their towers from monsters and demons. A tomb chamber. There are many of such chambers laying around in the wilderness, hiding skill domes, designed to open only to those who prove their power. I should try to open every chamber I meet. I will need all the skills I can gather. That was Aberration, a spirit of a fellow wizard slain by demons, damned to wander around forever. They mean no harm, but I can end their misery and get some shadow cores by killing them. A spectre, an apparition twisted by demons. It can be very dangerous with a lust for gems. I better watch out, swap my gems if I need to, and focus on the spectre to have my gems fire at it, or even throw chem bombs to stop it. Or I could hide my gems and offer a low-grade gem for it to steal. The side gate. The trap I set up long ago, right after the last time we had captured the Forgotten. I knew she would break free again, as she had already done 5 times before, and I was right. My plan to be her victim to be possessed and lure her to the side gate on our way to the Spirit Forge. I still can't believe she fell for it. I should not underestimate her, though. The Forgotten, the plague on our world, an archdemon summoned by mistake, or was it a mistake? As we call her, the Queen of Shadows. She can appear in many forms, but what seems to be her native appearance is a female torso with disfigured arms, her head with long hair and no face. She is one with the shadows. Demons under her control. She can hurt or consume them. They are like her blood traps. We know no way to kill the Forgotten. The only thing we can do to temporarily seal her is to craft a new gem of entirety in the labyrinth. It has already happened 7 times by now. As we have entrapped the Forgotten 6 times before, and I'm sure new chem bearer it's on its way to set up the trap with the freshly crafted chem. There can be only one chem of entirety, but as its name suggests, it's indestructible, so there are 6 useless replicas laying somewhere out there. It's a shadow, a demon of the highest rank, child and avatar of the Forgotten. This was a weak one, probably sent by her to scout around. I must be prepared to meet much more powerful shadows as I go forward. And so now the Forgotten knows that I'm still alive and after her. What was that thing? A towering spire, walking across everything, right towards my orb. From its demonic fingerprint, I think it's a creation of the Forgotten herself, designed against wizards. She's evolving. A corrupted mana shard. Harvesting mana from that shard makes my chems weak, but it also seems to have an unlimited capacity. Who made this, and for what purpose? That obelisk corrupted monsters with demonic powers. Is this an instrument of the Forgotten? What is her agenda? Is she preparing for an assault? She can't take the Spirit Forge. The shield around it would repel any attack, and she surely knows that. There are numberless swarmings in that sleeping hive, waiting to be awakened. Another dark asset of the Forgotten. I'm sure of it. So that's how she spent her days every time after she broke free and before she was trapped again. She's gathering an army. Now the Forgotten appears personally to stand in my way. Although I don't understand why she doesn't do anything more harmful. Is she still too weak to get through to me, or is it she only buying some time? What is she up to? So here is one of the replicas of the Gem of Vitality, locked in some kind of an encasement. The construction seems fresh, no dust or scratches. This place is very close to the Spirit Forge. Maybe the wizards locked the replica to keep it safe from the Forgotten, and also to keep it outside the Spirit Forge for some reason. How did the gem get there? Only recently through? Is this somehow connected to the Forgotten too? I have found the gem bearer dead, but the Gem of Vitality, the gem carried by his fellow wizards, is still here. Every time the Forgotten gets free, a new Gem of Vitality has to be crafted in the labyrinth, as this gem is the only thing we know that can stop her temporarily. Crafting a new gem makes any previous crafted ones useless replicas. By now there are 6 replicas in the existence, in addition to the new true gem. I wonder where those replicas can be. Every time the Forgotten gets unleashed, they get lost and never found. Is the Forgotten collecting them for some reason, or some wizards gather and study them? All I have to carry on and get to the Spirit's Forge before the Forgotten. The Gem of Vitality will be very helpful. I think I can use its powers to cast strike spells, although something feels strange about this gem. This is the place where it all began. The wizards, grown greedy and corrupt, regularly summoned demons to enslave them, but one of the summoning rituals resulted in bringing the Forgotten to our world. Ever since then, we fight her desperately to no end. We don't know any way to kill her, only to seal her temporarily with the Gem of Vitality. But she always gets free after a few decades, after being forgotten. This is one of the places where the Forgotten was entrapped. So far, we captured her 6 times, in 6 nearby locations, She always headed towards the Spirit Forge. In this vision, the Forgotten Stomp was abandoned long ago. Does this mean it will all be over, or only my wishful thinking? Many apparitions and so many slain wizards. They must have tried to slow the Forgotten down. I have to proceed with the game. I hope it's still not too late. Towers with gems controlled from inside the Spirit Forge. I'm near now. I hope they are ready and have prepared everything to capture the Forgotten again. It wasn't the true gem I carried along. It was one of the 6 replicas. The gem bearer must have been killed by the Forgotten herself before I got there, and she got the true gem, leaving a replica for me to unknowingly play according to her plans. A plan set in motion centuries ago. Ever since summoning, or even earlier, her agenda was to prepare Rashid step by step, and to let wizards capture her with the ever newly crafted gem of entirety, slowly capturing each gem one by one, and luring unknowing adventurers to unleash her, until there were 6 replicas all in one place, that last one placed by me, capturing her 6 times. It was all that she wanted. She needed the replicas to break the shield of the Spirit Forge. She left me alive on purpose, so that I would place the final piece of her puzzle. That's why she hasn't directly attacked me. She just wanted to buy enough time to prepare everything. And so now, the gates of the Spirit Forge are wide open. The siege has started. Under the command of the Forgotten, monsters and shadows swarm in to destroy the last remaining stand of wizardry and to capture Spirit Forge. I'm still alive though, and that might be a mistake in her carefully crafted plan. There's only one way to find out. I can't imagine what is waiting for me beyond these walls, but I have come too far to stop now. There's a chance even my magic won't work in there, so I will have to keep hiding. Once I enter, there might be no turning back. I will have to prepare myself first. And where is the true gem of entirety anyway? So that's with the lore. And if I continue doing this field here, I will find the true gem entirety and have another lore. But that's it for now. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.